Hello, my friends. Okay, guys, this is a taxes basics and some of my top tips or like little notes and nuggets throughout the years. Okay, um, just take a lot of notes. Okay, I'm just gonna throw out some tips, especially right now. It's the beginning of a new year. We've closed out a year, so fresh on my mind is how to close out a year and some things that you want to know. So I'm gonna start with that. Okay, to close out a year. And kind of for the year in general, you want to know beginning and ending inventory. What we just did to make it really easy, I heard a lot of directors give the tip to in the search bar, type the winter consultant order form in the search bar of our Mary Kay website. And then from there, we can just look at your inventory with this sheet of paper. I've got mine over here. Let me show you. And then I decided I really want a desk in my room. Isn't that so weird? I have a whole office. I just want to sit in my room. Probably so I can watch shows sometimes. Let me just find it. I just printed it. Here it is. So it says Winter 2023. And then all we had to do, because sometimes I have my there's a beautiful inventory. All I had to do was go down the lines. So it has the limited edition products. Let's see if you can see anything. We get close and then far. Yeah, so it has a number that we're able to put 22111 next to each item. And then at the very end, it already has the price next to it. Then at the very end, you're able to tally up your total retail and wholesale. Okay, do both. That's just easier in general. My alarm's going off to train on taxes. Do wholesale and retail just so you have it. Some people, I think everybody I know, tax people has asked for wholesale. The next thing is beginning and ending mileage on your car. You're supposed to have a mileage log if you want to take mileage, and mileage is significant because everywhere you go, you might be talking about Mary Kay, bringing a sample, bringing a product, talking about Mary Kay, church, work. And so you can really write off a lot of your mileage because of how our business works. If you go to lunch and you took someone to lunch, just anything where you bring up Mary Kay becomes a mileage write-off wise. I have a friend who was going to owe, she was earning a free car. She was a consultant with a free car and was going to owe, I think it was like 700 in taxes. And then they realized they had forgotten her mileage and then she got 700 back. So it's a very big number. Um, Sorry, I need to not reply to that message. I accidentally clicked real quick. Okay, I did. So beginning and ending mileage, I don't know if you guys have this little app on your phone. I'm sure you have one. If you don't have an iPhone, the Notes app. So in there, I've already started 2024 taxes and I've got a 2023 taxes. I actually like to keep in there lots of little things like if I don't get a receipt, like if I don't get a gas receipt. So, and how the taxes work on the car is you really want to use a Mary Kay person specifically for the car because you either get gas and expenses or mileage. But if you have a free Mary Kay car, you get both. Whew. So, um, use a specific Mary Kay person that has done multiple Mary Kay returns. Even if you have someone do your normal return, have your Mary Kay portion of it done by somebody else, and both of them can tell you how to do that really easily. Um, but Mary Kay is not like Avon, and it's not like any other home business. It's just really different, and I'm pretty sure that the government regards it very different because of the free cars and how many nationals make so much money. It's just not a little thing. Um, Not that like Avon or other ones are little things either, but Mary Kay is very big in 40 countries. Um, and it's just different. I don't think it's just like everybody else. So, I have two that I recommend, depending on how much money you make. If you make, you might want to write down Jeff. I think if you make a good amount of money, Jeff is the one that you won't have to pay or you'll get money back. He's my favorite for that. If you didn't make that much and you're kind of new, I really like Tiernan and Associates because I used them for about 10 years, and even making 40,000 in commissions without my sales, I only paid 400 in taxes. So with them, you don't pay that much, but with Jeff, you get a lot back. But from what I've seen so far, the more you make, you want to use Jeff. But if you don't make as much, Tiernan is perfect or even better, maybe, is what I'm thinking. Um, another little note, with the inventory that you buy, if you had zero at the beginning of the year, but you bought some throughout the year, that is a big write-off where you should be. So look at who you're using for your taxes. That's an expense that you should get back. And in general, how taxes works, if you want to just make a little illustration, it's how much you made for the year. Every sale, so you say you sold 100 bucks, minus every expense. So the 50 from that $100 sale, 50 of it was the product, right? So you really just made 50, right? But then you've got these other expenses even off of all of your sales because you have an at-home business. And that's all of your home expenses, internet, gas, electric, water and sewage, mortgage or rent, insurances, mortgage insurance, that had nothing to do with that $50 profit per se, but it's an expense you get to use all of a sudden because you have an at-home business. So taxes is one of my favorite things, really, to keep all the money that you made. Otherwise, with a normal job, you lose 18 to 33% of it. I have a state sales tax, so it's an extra 13% I would lose on just a regular job. But if you have a business, you've got expenses. Your tithe is an expense. So your income minus expenses equals how much you owe. So it's great if you can make it look like you owe zero, even if these were normal everyday expenses. That's the blessing. I needed to buy a laptop. I needed to buy, not glasses, but healthcare is an expense. And you've got a sheet in your new goods packet we'll refer to in a second. But that's the gist of taxes. If you have a lot of expenses, doesn't mean they're real expenses. Sometimes they're like phantom write-offs. Like you have a party tonight and you bought groceries and the leftovers are for your party, but you use them for your family. Then some of those things that you bought that you're also using for your family is now a write-off. So food, if you go out to eat and you buy someone some food, that is now 100% write-off after COVID. If you bought someone food, so is your food is free too, or like it's a write-off too. So in general, just one more little illustration. For 2 different years, we renovated this house that I'm in right now. I'm packing for a trip right now, but the new doors and the floors that are stained dark wood, and the furniture that we bought for the house, and the flooring. There's not in my office. Sorry, you can see the flooring. Oh, you can't really. Oh yeah, that really pretty porcelain tile. New bathrooms. We did this house once and renovated it. And then there's a garage that already had tile in a bathroom. So we renovated that one and made it my Mary Kay studio. Um, those renovations, I got to expense a big portion of them. So we got a lot of money back from the government. So you pat yourself on the back. You're a smart businesswoman. You now get to write off things that most people don't get to. And your husband or significant other will love it because say they pay 12,000 in taxes this year. If you show a loss on your business, which doesn't mean it was really a loss. That's the hard part about business. As a single woman right now, it's hard to qualify, show a lot of income to qualify for homes and stuff, although there's different ways around it. But it doesn't mean that wasn't my income. It's still my income. I just have all these write-offs. So just know if you're trying to buy a house or do something really big and you need your tax return to get a big loan, then don't be as heavy on the expenses. Not that you're lying, but just kind of wisdom wise. But otherwise, if the government gives you all these expenses I'm about to go over right now, take them. It's a blessing, especially because you have an at-home business. You have way more than a business out there, although they have to pay a lot of rent. Okay, so I hope that was a good start. You need beginning and ending mileage, beginning and ending inventory. Keep your mileage log on your phone was going to be my tip, and any little things. that maybe you don't get receipts for. So for me, it's gas receipts. It's assistants that come and work in my office. I'll put their name under here. Um, like some like general things that I'm not writing down or printing, like my counselor, that'll be under medical. Um, some repairs on the house. Like I have a neighbor that does a lot of repairs, so I'll just write down his name. My nanny, house cleaning, and then my mileage. So you'll see a mileage log, a lot of all steps in Valero. I don't get receipts there usually when I get gas, and I don't want to go in and unbuckle two kids to go in for receipts, so I just write it down. So it'll say, you can't see it very well, but it'll say March 9th. Here's my mileage at the end of the day. March 10th, and then it says to Amarillo Retreat, 19,980. March 11th, to Starbucks and Church in Amarillo, 2010. March 12th, to Hobbs, 20,000, that's a really big number. Anyway, so they just want to see some kind of log. And so sometimes I won't log for 5 days and I'll go back and I'll be like, I went to the post office that day. And I'll just like write a couple things down and I'll just guess like it was about 30 miles each day and just like, and then at the very end, they're going to ask, okay, what was your beginning and ending mileage and what percentage of it was Mary Kay? And for me, although probably 100% is Mary Kay, sorry, I want to fix my eyeliner. uh, I, I usually only put, I feel like kind of sleepy-eyed today. Even though 100% is probably Mary Kay. Like when I go to my teacher's kids' school, they're all my customers. I don't know that I talk about it every time though. And then, okay, thank you for letting me while I look at myself. Okay, so there we go. A gist of what taxes is. Income minus expenses equals you owe 20% on your income or you get back on your loss. I'm sorry, someone just entered my house. I think I have a new friend that's going to help me clean. So if we have to talk first, I'll tell her to hold on for a second, but I'm going to try to be fast on this anyways. All right, so last things on taxes, okay? Oh, Jeff the tax guy and Tiernan and Associates are the main ones that I recommend to you. And you can actually try both. They're actually both pretty inexpensive. Jeff charges a little bit more, but he gets you more back. Hey, girl. Yeah, will you hold on 1 second? I'm doing a recording for I'm going to be pretty fast though. Okay. Um, so in your new consultant packet, it says Mary Kay tax write-offs for Mary Kay consultants. This is a general, like total sales, commissions, and prices. Total income's on the top. And then everything under that is going to be expenses. And no, it's backwards, but starting with beginning inventory. How much did you purchase for products? How much was personal use? What's your inventory at the end of the year? And then it goes through PCPs, interest on your just Mary Kay credit card loan, dry cleaning, legal and professional, office or bookkeeping expenses, freight. You do want to keep your Mary Kay packing slips because of the freight that's on there. Mary Kay will keep track of how much products you purchased and samples you purchased from them, but they're not going to keep track of the freight. You will get an income advisory statement at the end of the year with all that and your prizes and commissions from them. Not your total sales. You keep that on your Mary Kay receipts. So every time you sell something, put it on a receipt. And then I also, from those receipts, can keep track of how much I gave away to my hostesses, and for prizes. So there's at-home expenses, vehicle expenses, and all your Mary Kay expenses. I do want to tell you this. I do like to give this prize out if you've never gotten it from me. It's this cute little organizer. And then this paper has a list of all the tabs that I use. Sometimes I'll be sweet and write them all out for you, but I can for sure give you a copy of this sheet for you, and even some blank ones for you to make your own little tax organizer, okay? But it's got health, car, office supplies, like for your office or for skin, like cotton balls and gift wrapping supplies, uh, food for parties or meals, items that were over $100 that you had to purchase. Let me see where that is on here. Like there's smaller supplies, but then there's bigger ones, like over $100, like a printer or something. events that you did. Okay, so between these two sheets, you can make this little folder. What I do all year is throw everything in a box. Or right now I have a little filing thing hanging on the back of my door that's cute. And then, but I try to keep them somewhat together. I try so hard at the beginning of the year to have like, or these receipts, sorry, you can put them in the right spot or at the end of the year, organize them. It's up to you. It's going to take, for me, in my head, it's about 8 hours. 8 hours of work that's going to make you either give you money or give you money back from your husband's income or spouse's income, and make you get money back or owe less in general. It's awesome. But it's about 8 hours for me, of putting all my USPS receipts together and putting my medical receipts together, my prescriptions together, and doing that. Or throughout the whole year, don't have that. You just have to add them up, and put them right in the folder where they go. Mine's hanging, or you've got this awesome one. I am like so just fast in life that I throw them in one place. I do have one for I actually, and you, by the way, if you're just busy for a quarter, you could give for $150 a quarter. Tiernan and Associates, there's a girl, Erin, there that does mine. I send her actually all my Mary Kay receipts. She does all those for me. So I just have to do, um, healthcare, lawn. Um, I happen to have an Airbnb little back house. So, I just have to do a couple of them separately. Um, for Jeff, the other one. So I use both people that I'm referring to you, and I love them equally both. Jeff just happens to, if you give him an old tax return, he'll show you how much he would have saved you or what he would have done differently, and it was a couple $1,000s difference. So I was like, okay, I will pay a couple hundred more to get more back. I think that's all I want to say on taxes is just keep receipts for everything. And if you're really nerdy, one of my friends just showed me an app called Fetch. You can also, like, this is so off topic, but take a picture of each, receipt. Melissa, you would love this. And, it gives you money back just for turning in receipts. So you are now a receipt junkie, and put them in the right place if you want to. And order by date will save you about 8 hours at the end of the year, or throw them in a box and just know, like, it's time to work on taxes. I'm going to sit down and I even have taken a whole bucket of all my papers to Starbucks and just sat there and organized for a few hours a day for a couple days. But that is your job as a businesswoman, to save your family money or get all that money back. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Bye, guys.